Well, technology is changing rapidly every year. New computers, new smartphones, and a host of new apps and websites. Sometimes it's just hard to keep up with all of it. It's also a reason that programmers and web developers are in tremendous demand. Joining us now to talk more about top programming languages is our tech expert, Nika Allen. So Nika, first break down what programming is.
So programming in its simplest form is really the process of taking a problem and finding a solution to it that can be read and executed by a computer.
Okay.
That takes a lot of process work and kind of really telling it what to do, because the computer is actually only as smart as we are, or as smart as we tell it to be.
Right. So what are some of the top programming languages? I'm sure that we've probably heard some of these before, but we may not know the difference between them.
Yeah, you might recognize some of these names. There's a ton of programming languages out now, and depends which one you want to use. But there's ones like Python, Java, JavaScript, Ruby, Ruby on Rails, PHP, tons and tons
So
more.
what are the differences between all of these? Is it the execution of what they're supposed to do? Like, obviously we may recognize JavaScript from the internet, but are there other applications that use JavaScript?
So there's tons of different reasons why someone might choose a different program. And first, I like to think about it as real languages. So like spoken word, French, English, Chinese, everyone speaks a different language, but really it gets the same point across, right? It makes people communicate with one another. So this is kind of the same way. You choose things that are best for whatever you're doing, or what you prefer, or how you speak, or what you were born with, or what you were taught first. All of those things play a factor. So it's actually really much more personal than you might think. If you think about also maybe two types of vehicles. So we have a truck that's used for carrying heavy equipment, or we also have a sports car. Two pieces of transportation, yet they do two very different things. And so Ruby and JavaScript, those are great for building websites. Java and C++ are used often for financial application. And things like Python are good at analyzing statistics.
Okay, so obviously various different jobs out there. Now, speaking of jobs, as we said at the top of this, someone may want to get into this career as a career, and obviously a lot of different opportunities. Where do we start? Where do we start learning this? What would you recommend?
So there are tons of great resources to start actually learning how to program yourself. And a lot of them are free, which I think is the best part. So there's really no barriers here. There's no reason that anyone can't get a $65,000 a year job learning and being a programmer, because you have all the resources you need for free. And here locally, we have two different programs if you're more interested in an in-person course, and that's Girl Develop It, which sometimes I come and talk about. Those are inexpensive coding classes focused on women, but not exclusive for women.
Okay, that's good to know.
There's also the C&M Stimulus Deep Dive Boot Camp, which is a great program if you can dedicate 40 plus hours a week to coding. But if you want to learn on your own for free online whenever you want, there's things like Code Academy, which is a really great, codeacademy.com. It was the one that was just shown. And that's a great resource to teach you all of the skills that you need. Along with, if you are a Bernalillo County Library card holder, you have access to something called lynda.com, which is a lot of tutorials, and they have great coding instruction, programming instruction as well.
And I got to tell you, folks, I've used lynda.com for a lot of different applications. It is
Photoshop
phenomenal.
or something.
Yeah, anything you can imagine, they have it at lynda.com. Well, this is great. A lot of great resources here, Nika. Guys, get a full recap of this at casa.com later today. Get your pen and paper. You're going to want to take notes on this. Really good stuff. Nika, thank you so much.
Thank you.